That's DeSean Jackson, another huge play guy. We saw a brief glimpse last year of what this could be between him and Wentz. 35 points in week 1. I believe it was the highest scoring wide receiver of that week, and ultimately gets hurt, which is of course the risk. But he's also going right in that McCole Hardman price range, in the 100 or so range. And yes, they add Jalen Reagor. Yes, we know it's going to funnel through the tight ends a lot of this. But still, I mean, they said their GM come out right after the free agency period. They didn't sign anybody. He says, we have DeSean Jackson. We can shoulder him. We think he was going to be a superstar last year based on that first game. And we just need to keep maximizing his potential and difference-making ability. And that's kind of also what I loved about that week 1 is, sure, he scored the long balls, but they were getting him bubble screens and just like the way they were moving him all over the place. It wasn't just go streak down the field and like 2 catches went for huge yardage. It was 10 targets. It was 8 catches at all different layers and levels. So I love DeSean Jackson's upside for the price he's going. I think Carson Wentz is going to explode this year with all these weapons around him. I mean, he's the QB8 with nothing to throw to. No wide receiver had over 500 yards for him. So now you surround him with some big, deep threats. I think that whole offense just opens up and lights up scoreboards. And I think he's going to be a huge part of it. So at that cost, if he ends up being the number 1 offensive, wide receiver in that offense, I think it's going to pay off huge. Are you taking DeSean Jackson at all? Okay, yeah.
Print the T-shirts. Let's get everybody on board here. I mean, who else in that receiving core is going to step up? And Alshon Jeffrey's probably not going to be there at the beginning of the season, right? So you look at Jackson, you talked about that week 1. I think it was 8 catches, 154 yards, a couple touchdowns. Sure, we're not going to get that every week, and it might not even, he might not even stay healthy for the whole season at this point. But if you get him almost like a Will Fuller or a Brandon Cooks, you get him and he gives you, wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2 production for even half the season. It's worth it where he's going. And I think that's what you're going to get. I think they want to push the ball downfield. They've said as much. DeSean can still get it done. You want to go back a couple of years ago with Tampa, he was a top 5 fantasy receiver in the first month of the season. He's got the skills. It's just whether he can stay on the field. And I don't see a ton of target competition there for him, specifically in the receiving core. Obviously, they got the tight ends. Obviously, Miles Sanders is going to be involved. But we need some of those receivers to do something, and you're putting a lot expecting that Jalen Reagor is going to be the guy who's going to come in and put up big numbers as a rookie in a strange offseason, where he's got limited work here to get ready. It really puts DeSean in a position where he's going to produce, especially early in the season.
What is up, you fantasy wolf? Thanks so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, share your thoughts in the comments, check out some more videos, and join the newest Wolfpack by subscribing below.